Andrew McDonald was at the height of his career, a high-profile civil servant, when he discovered he had Parkinson's disease.
In the fortnight or so that followed, I felt my life was over.
It certainly wasn't. He went on to reach the top of the civil service as the man charged with clearing up the MP's expenses mess. From there, Mr McDonald has now become the new chair of the disability charity Scope, and in his first interview, he reveals how senior colleagues warned him to stay silent about his disability or risk seeing his career crumble.
And just before I was about to tell my colleagues, two of my closest friends in the civil service said, "Andrew, don't do it. You will end your career if you do this. You'll be put into a box marked disabled civil servant."
What did you think lay behind the warnings of your friends?
I think the sense that I would be admitting a weakness that might be to my detriment.
Now exclusive polling shared with Sky News shows that 3/4 of disabled people say they've missed out on a job opportunity because of the employer's attitude towards their condition. Add to that the fact that nearly half of the British public do not personally know anyone disabled, and 2/3 worry about raising the issue of disability in front of a disabled person.
We're wasting the potential, the contribution of hundreds of thousands of disabled people who would love to be working, who could be working, or in some cases who are currently working but way below the level of their skills or qualifications. Because it's not just an employment gap that we've got between the rate of disabled and non-disabled people in work. It's also the case that disabled people typically will work way below the level that they're actually qualified for.
For his part, Mr McDonald ignored the advice of colleagues. He revealed his Parkinson's and began work looking at the experiences of other disabled civil servants.
That was quite humbling, not least running focus groups. I remember hearing one colleague who'd been put on gardening leave for 18 months while waiting for a specially adapted computer mouse costing just £350 to be provided.
In the end, he was forced to step down as chief executive of the Independent Parliamentary Standards Authority because of a second blow, the news that he had prostate cancer that was incurable.
But again, there's a process of adjustment involved, a process of realising what one can do, and also realising that even though one wouldn't have chosen these conditions, there's a richness to life that comes from these experiences.
A richness he hopes will help him in his new role. Anushka Rastana, Sky News.